I want to thank you again for coming out. This is Malika, is one of our team members.
We have an update from the union president right now.
So I really want to thank you for coming out week after week. You've been here, really dedicated. It really means a lot to us inside. Like, we're going to go in there, and today we're hoping to hear a compensation proposal. But I got to tell you, I'm not that hopeful about hearing good news from the other side. So it's really important that we keep sticking together and that we understand the struggle is like, it's not like, well, we had a good ULP victory and then we're on, oh, isn't that great? No, the struggle continues.
We know that, that's why we're here.
That's why you're here, but I'm just letting you know, like, I want you, that message has got to keep going out there, that it's not like some sort of, you know, one-time thing. We got to keep fighting and we're going to keep going. So when we get to the end of this semester and the beginning of next semester, we're going to have to be escalating what we're doing, because the district is, they're not coming across with what they need to come across with at this point.
But see, I want you to tell this not just to us, but to everyone.
Well, we are telling this to everyone. We are telling this to everyone.
I'm not saying that.
Well, on top of we got publicity for the pickets that we're doing, and I haven't seen anything put out by the union about that. I don't. Maybe we can talk about it, because maybe you have reasons for not doing so, but it would be helpful, because we get more people here.
Well, we're going to be talking about actions we're going to be taking on Flex Day and actions at the next board meeting on the 28th. So we'll talk. We can talk about all that. We can have discussions about that. I'm thinking right now, as I'm walking in, it's time to have those discussions.
Can we ask some quick questions, like what is being done about the proposal to cut 26% of the classes?
So I'm not sure what you mean. What is being done? Like,
well, what is the union putting forward to stop that from happening?
Well, as you may or may not know, the district can go ahead and is allowed to impose cuts. They're allowed to do that. It's not a negotiated item, the cuts, so you should know that. It's not negotiated.
Doesn't mean we have to roll over and take it.
So we're not rolling over and taking it. We came out, the minute they brought it to the table here, that's why everybody knows about it, because we brought it out and said, this is what they're proposing. So we told everybody about it, and we're making sure that people know about it. We've been working with student groups to try to make sure that they understand what's going on. We're trying to really work community groups as well to come out and let people know about what's happening with these cuts. But are we negotiating over the cuts? We can't. That's not what the
It's
rules
not a
are.
contractual issue. We
not a
don't get to
contractual-
negotiate.
But you can still put it on the
But I
table,
keep
can't
hearing
you?
things you can't negotiate about. I mean,
Well,
Right.
if you want me to tell you that I can negotiate over something that I know we can't negotiate over, I
But I
can't.
keep hearing we can't negotiate this, we can't negotiate that.
We can't negotiate cuts. Okay, we can't negotiate cuts.
Can we go on a strike if they cut?
We can go on a strike for a variety of reasons. Cuts are not part of the contract. So you need
So
to
they
go-
can cut whatever they
Excuse
want
me.
and we can
Let me
strike?
finish.
It's just
If
a
you
question.
want- if
This
you
is the
want me to
president of the
finish-
union, Team Kilokili.
I'm sorry, Pablo. It's like, if you want me to answer, you gotta at least let me answer. Is that fair enough?
Fair enough. Yeah,
Okay,
it's
fair
just a
enough.
question. Just
Okay,
a question.
so I'm not sure what the question is now, if you'd like.
If the administration is telling our college to cut 26, 30, 40% of classes, is the union going to strike?
The union cannot strike over things that are not over the contract. We can't strike over those particular things. When they do other things, like they've been doing already, and there are a lot of issues that we can go to strike on, and we all know what the biggest one is for all of us, which is, has to do with compensation. They have not put the money on the table over compensation, and therefore we can go to strike over those things.
you're saying
If you want me to tell
Big issue
you,
for part-timers.
I can't tell, I can't.
But it's
I'm
okay,
not
you can
gonna
take
have
questions, Tim.
I'm
You can
not
take
gonna-
questions.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to have the discussion at this point about some of these issues with you right now. I need to go in here and do this, but I'm trying to tell you what the facts are. No, you cannot go on strike over something that does not have to be discussed at the table.
So if they
You
said
can
that
go
they-
on strike over those things. So if you wanted to distort my words, Steve, you can
No,
go
I'm gonna
right
ask
ahead
you,
and do
if they
that.
said that they were gonna cut 50% of the classes of the college, you say that you
If
could
they
strike
said,
over them?
if you want to get me to kind of, you know, like this, well, I'm a little surprised at sort of like the question. I tried to give you the honest answer, tried to give you an answer about like what you can strike over, because actually some of these are factual questions. These are factual questions, and if you don't like the factual answers, I can't change them.
Shame, 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 shame.
I think we
I
should
want
be
to say
doing
something
that.
for
Yeah.
one
So,
faculty to a union
all
member.
right.
Thank you.
thank you.
And
I want to thank you
what
for
you're
all
doing.
coming out here, and I appreciate that. And we do understand. Excuse me, Rick. Just want to ask.
That is you because you need thinking about the students. I win only 1,000 for month because I want to study. If the people win, I can't study because I can't pay my education.
We have made the cuts and enrollment central issues that we bring to this table.
It's
we
our rights.
I understand.
Education
So,
is a right.
I
because the
completely
people
agree.
So with my right.
But if people are asking me factual questions, I need to answer them in a correct way, not just the answers that people would like to hear.
Again
So the
on
answer
the
you'd like to
streets.
hear is that we could go on strike.
We need work again on the streets
you
with
got-
the teachers and the
You've got all
students
that.
together.
You guys remember, this man is on our, this guy's on our side.
Okay.
He's
So-
helping us, don't
Yeah.
forget.
I'm not concerned that, like, you can
Yes,
say anything
helping
you want
to the teachers, but not the students.
You're right.
We need
and what it
more
means
studies.
is what happens in that room is one piece of what our organizations can do. It's one piece of what a union does, it's one piece of what students do, it's one piece of what staff and faculty and
Right.
community do. It's one piece.
I can't
What
We
happens
have talked about
I
those.
don't
What
have
you're
uses
talking
for
about-
We have
yes.
talked about the
And you're
cuts.
right.
We have talked about the cuts from the very beginning. As a matter of fact, it was their proposal to us about the cuts. We immediately came out and said, this is outrageous. You can't be doing this. We're going to let everybody know about this. And the fact that everybody's talking about the 26%, which is what everybody's talking about, it's because when it came up here in this table, in this room, we brought it out and said, do you know this is what's happening? Do you know that that's what they're planning? That this is their plans? And we want to get in the way of stopping them of doing their plans. Now, if you want to ask me a specific question, can I go negotiate over what their cuts are? I cannot negotiate over that because that's just not the law. That's not an answer I wish I could say. I wish I could go in and give you a different answer. But I know that we can come out here and fight together, right, around what those cuts are, and to say, we don't want to downsize college. We don't want to cut, because we know it's going to affect, like Rick says, and he's right, it's going to affect part-time is the most, and their employment if we have a cut in 26% cut. And we know that, and we're out there, and that's why we're trying to bring it out into the streets as well, talking with community and students and making sure everybody gets together on the same page that this austerity program that they've got planned for all of us is not going to be okay. We need to stand up. But then you want simple answers like we'll be going in there negotiating over the cuts. That's not the place where it happens. It happens with all of us uniting together and speaking around it. That's what happens.
Solidarity!
We got to go in.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank